When Franklin D. Roosevelt swore his inauguration oath on March 4, 1933, the American financial system had collapsed. Between January 1930 and March 1933, 5,722 distressed banks had merged or permanently closed. To prevent further failures, most states ordered all banks to shut their doors. Whatever Roosevelt's future ambitions, the rescue and reform of the American banking system had to come first. Without safe, stable, and sufficient finance, national recovery could not proceed. Under the leadership of Southern Democrats in Congress, the New Deal's financial reforms hewed conservative. They preserved the existing structure of primarily small, local banks, while imposing new boundaries on price and business line competition on all banking firms. In exchange, bankers received government support through federal deposit insurance and recapitalization. New dealers, however, soon became frustrated by bankers' failure to support recovery. Credit was the lifeblood of the capitalist economy. The government had rescued the banks. It now needed the banks to lend. Had it not been for the government support, there would be no private banking system in operation today. Treasury official Mariner Eccles wrote to Bank of America Chairman A.P. Giannini in October 1934. No one, Eccles continued, has received more aid from the government than the bankers, and they are the last ones in their own interests who should criticize and complain. Eccles, a banker himself, was fast gaining influence over New Deal financial policy. His message to Giannini, head of the nation's largest bank, was intended for all bankers. The time had come to get in line. Eccles also recognized that by saving capitalism, as the New Dealers congratulated themselves for doing, the government had left capitalists in power. Their cooperation could not be willed, it had to be bought. With the banks on a sound footing, Eccles and his allies devised policies to encourage bankers to lend in the public interest. In part, Eccles channeled the still percolating ideas of British economist John Maynard Keynes, who attributed the Depression's severity to a collapse in demand. Famously, Keynes called for government spending to make up the difference. Eccles embraced this idea. He also recognized Roosevelt's antipathy to federal deficits, and he therefore looked to consumer purchasing power, and particularly consumer credit, as an alternative path to recovery.